Copyright claim. What the hell? Okay. Let's see. Get the share link. Can I get that? Damn. All right. Hi, Nash. How's it going? Yeah. Richie from Boston. Richie from Boston, yeah. Maybe that's not a good impression. I watch him. I watch his stuff. He's got some good stuff, but there's some issues. Let's just say that. Hi, Nash. All right. I'm almost set up. Kind of on a late lunch break here. All right. And I am starting the stream on DLive. Come on. Good. Let me just make sure that it is streaming there. My feed. Good, it is. All right. So what I wanted to talk about was Richie from Boston. He's from Boston. He's kind of like me. Does videos of a lot of the New World Order stuff. A lot of the things I've been looking into, the rabbit hole down that path. Now, I'm looking at a lot of things, you know, going different places. And let me show my screen. Richie did one today on alien invasion in 2018. You can see that it was actually called Alien Invasion 2018, and then he updated to NWO Productions Present Alien Invasion 2018. He's basically calling out that the entire premise that there's going to be a fake alien invasion by those higher ups that are in the controlling everything out there. They're going to go ahead and do this year, 2018. And this is bad prediction. I call it a false prediction. Bo Cooper, if you look at his stuff, and there's a link in the description box of transcripts of William Cooper's Mystery Babylon series, I think it's pretty interesting. I think it's good. I think, you know, I need to go read more and look into it. And the entire premise of how Bill Cooper died, especially what was done to him by Bill Clinton, another interesting thing. I mean, time tells all. But when you make a prediction like this, and when it doesn't come true, now that's the pitfall. Like, you're not thinking ahead, Richie from Boston. If this doesn't come true, everything based that you're lumping in with every conspiracy theorist out there is going to be lumped in, especially those looking at the things that we're looking at. We know that there's New World Order bullshit going on. At least it's definitely being seen as that way. And we see these steps towards the globalist agenda, and we witness it. We know it's there. But when we want to dive deeper and uncover, like, we know secret societies exist. We know that people in power exist and participate in these secret societies. But anyone who's looking into it now is going to be further called into, look, these guys get it wrong every year, every time they make a prediction. And you know what? Say that the alien invasion doesn't occur in 2018. Say it occurs in 2019, 2020. I mean, they're gonna be. It's gonna be the whole the boy who cried wolf. Why? Because, I mean, when it happens, it's like, oh, you know what? Someone predicted this before. Yeah, like, this is a real thing. It's like, yeah, it's probably a real alien invasion. Look, it's just, you can't cry wolf on stuff where it doesn't even matter if it doesn't happen. I mean, it only matters until it actually happens. So don't even say that there's going to be an alien invasion 2018. You title it Alien Invasion Potential Last Call PSYOP by the NW or whatever, something like that. Calling it out that 2018 is going to happen. No, because when you're wrong, you screw up and set back everybody who's looking for it. Like, I don't want to be lumped into the crazies. I'm already lumped into the crazies for just looking into this stuff, looking into conspiracy theories. I don't want to be lumped into being a conspiracy crazy nut job just because I'm looking into it. And just like the same thing, you question the mainstream narrative, you're insane, you're crazy. It's like, what? No, I just questioned the official story. If I can't question the official story, then how does that make me crazy? I mean, how do we vet that the official story is correct or that there's no mistakes? There has to be questions. There has to be investigations. I mean, one of the things I like talking about is, and I predict Hillary Clinton is going to run in 2020. That's my prediction. And there's a lot to base this on. And it's not the end of the world. It doesn't affect anybody if it doesn't come true. I mean, look, even Washington Post says Hillary 2020, Trump better hope not. Hillary Clinton is running again, Politico magazine back in 2017. There's liberal rag. Here's the case for Hillary Clinton 2020, Matt Vespa, Town Hall on November 27, 2017. Look, this is a legitimate prediction. And you know what? If I get it wrong, that's fine. You know what's going to happen? They may not have Hillary Clinton in 2020, but they're going to have another liberal shill. They're going to have someone like, I don't know, someone who fits within that DNC or Republican light. You know, you're going to have one of those types of politicians in 2020 if Hillary's not running. So someone who will toe that agenda that we know the Democrats push for. They're not going to have someone like Tim Canova, or they're not going to have someone like Tulsi Gabbard. I don't know. Tulsi Gabbard actually might. She's kind of, there's this little thing with Tulsi Gabbard. Everyone who's been involved in the progressive-ish left. Now here's another thing. Here's someone. If you've never heard of Dan Peña, look at Dan Peña, watch his stuff. He says global warming is the biggest fraud in history, and you're like, yeah, this guy is dumbass. He's a rich billionaire, just like Trump, who doesn't understand science and things like that. But look into the reasons why people like Dan Peña think it's the biggest fraud in history. You can watch this video. It's linked. Your thoughts, that's great. And here's a snippet of Dan Peña predicted 20 things in Donald Trump's presidency, that he would become president, and he's going to be doing 20 things during his presidency. I'm going to play a snippet. 17 of them was correct. There's only 3 things that didn't happen and has yet to happen, but he's saying that it's going to happen. 3 things. And we'll see if that happens. These are good predictions. If it doesn't happen, that's, I mean, 17 out of 20 ain't bad, but 20 out of 20, I mean, then you're starting to think, hey, if he got 20 out of 20 things that Donald Trump's going to do, maybe he could be right about this global warming fraud, right? Okay, so I'm going to play this back.
Trump was going to do 20 things. He's done 17 of my 20. And there's 3 he hasn't done.
Blow up Korea.
Bomb Korea, North Korea, bomb Syria, and bomb Iran, back into the Stone Age. Those are the only 3 he hasn't done. And if Rocket Man and North Korea.
Anyways, those are the 3. And this was back in December 28, 2017. So if Donald Trump bombs North Korea, bombs Syria, bombs Iran, you're gonna just that's something that's a great observation. That's a great prediction. If he gets it wrong, he knows the stakes are that who's going to want to believe him? Who's going to want to believe anything he says? He gets it wrong. It's like, yeah, he got that wrong. Why does he think global warming is fraud? You know, why does he think if he predicts something in 2020, who would think that he's going to get that right? And it's, I think what people need to do, people who follow Richie, you gotta talk, you gotta comment on him, telling him all this stuff. You got 541 patrons. You're not showing how much money you're getting. I'm pretty sure it's at least 500 a month. I mean, I'm almost thinking, hell, I should just create these damn conspiracy theory videos. At least I'll do a better job of it. But look, maybe he's one of those controlled plants. Hey, maybe I'm one of those controlled plants. But you know what? You could always look at the stuff that I'm actually saying and doing and looking into, and looking at it from a logical point, looking at it from a strategic point, looking at it from a behavioral aftermath point, those types of things. I'm not calling out bullshit predictions. I'm not saying that all the conspiracy theories are true. I'm not saying all the conspiracy theories are fake or false. I'm saying we just need to look into it from a more logical and not a non-belief perspective. It needs to be just thoroughly looked at, because when you look at some of these, and I see that some people who looked into it, like Bill Cooper, if you want to know his name, is like Milton William, what's his full name? Milton William Cooper, I think, and he's usually known as Bill Cooper, and he's got some good stuff that I read. He did basically, he's someone who researched all this stuff before the era of the internet, or as the internet was starting to become big, and he calls out even Alex Jones. If you want to look at something that's pretty cool, look, do I have a history? Look at all this stuff that I look into. I mean, some of it is like, I kind of see the narrative of the person who's making these videos, of what they're saying. I mean, look, Alex Jones pretty much exposed by Bill Cooper of that he's a fraud, etc., and stuff like that, or he's the biggest liar. And so, and I agree with him, but then like he's someone that really researched his stuff. Oh, you guys didn't even see it. Sorry, I gotta share the screen. Yeah, Alex Jones exposed by Bill Cooper, because I mean, despite all this, you can actually just hear
liar. All stinking little coward lie I used. So on the air tonight, I'm going to tell you, Alex Jones, you are a bold-faced, miserable, stinking little coward liar.
Now, this was way back in 2001, I think, in a radio show. Before Alex Jones went to YouTube, he had a radio show. He called Alex Jones out. He knows who he is, what he's trying to do. And look into Bill Cooper's life, look into all the stuff that he's been researching. That's where I'm getting to. And I call out, yeah, look, I don't believe any of this stuff. I don't believe that there's like a real Lucifer pretty much out there doing these things, but I believe the people who believe it. I mean, it's like mythology, and like I'm reading through it, and it's like all the context of this mythological and how things are brought up, it resonates, but does it really matter? It may matter to those who've controlled a lot of the narratives that's throughout history, and I will agree with that. let's see. Let me show something else again. And so here we go. Transcripts of Bill Cooper's Mystery Babylon series. I mean, this is just a whole bunch of transcripts of everything that he's saying. I haven't even gone to the ourtime.com. And it's a lot of information. It's hundreds of pages long. And it's worth a read. I know a lot of you don't like to look into it. You think this is all crazy, nuts stuff, but whatever. You want to go ahead and stay in your safe place, that's fine with me. I do not want to stay in my safe place. And that's not how you get things moving. That's not how you create change, by staying in your safe place, just so you know. So I mean, he kind of breaks down a lot of cool things that I like what he says, like how we've got our time with 12 hours throughout the day, you know, and then 12 hours the next day. God's sun is not God's S-O-N, it's God's S-U-N. Hours is based on Horus, that's why it's called hours. And you got when the sun sets, you know, there's like interesting how he kind of goes down and it's pieced through. And I've only gotten to page like 45 or something like that, so I've still got a lot to read. I mean, he's got like 409 pages, so I've got a lot to go. But you know, these are things that I kind of look at while I'm doing other stuff. But it needs to be done. I mean, why not? Why not read it? If at anything else, it's a good story. It's a good read. That what someone believes. It's a book. It's like it's either kind of cool fantasy or historical fiction or potential sci-fi with the predictions, or it's nonfiction. Maybe it's a mix of both. Either way, for me, it's entertaining. And it makes me want to research more, research through history, research mythology again. I mean, all the things that you hear in history in school, I mean, mythology, it doesn't really get into all the symbolism. It mostly focuses on other aspects, doesn't mention symbolism at all. But when you look back and you watch it again, especially if you watch 2001 Space Odyssey, oh man, the symbolism. And of course, and it all boils back down to the director. Anyways, I want to spend some time eventually talking about Bill Cooper, his videos, his findings, his how his death occurred, how it got to that point, even his all his transcripts, some of the things that I think are like pretty key information. Maybe once I break it all down. I mean, how am I going to break 409 pages worth of his transcripts? It may not. It may just be enough to maybe get you into going and read it, and we'll see. Anyways, this video was all about Richie from Boston. You know, when either you're not thinking ahead, or you're stupid, or you're playing. I don't know. I'm not even go that part. You know, you don't make these types of predictions where if you're wrong, it pretty much debunks, or easily seems to debunk, everyone who's looking into this stuff and saying, look, Bill Cooper predicted 2018. I mean, as far as I know, I haven't reached it yet. Maybe he does predict it, but look at all the indicators for 2018. Like, who would have been in president in 2016 to this day? Hillary Clinton. That didn't happen. So why do you think it'll happen in 2018 still? I mean, and you state in the video that these, and I think it's your belief system, that these angels and probably maybe Bill, that have been around and predicting and staying ahead of us for 60 to 80 years. It's a small bit of time. They've been planning all this from way back throughout history, and that they want to make sure it happens at exactly to the year 2018 when things aren't ready. So you can't say for a fact that it's going to happen in 2018. You could say that, hey, there's a legit possibility that in order to unify the global agenda for a new world order that unites every country together is this potential alien invasion that occurs. And if people just know, I mean, like, how do you know that there really are aliens when they go, when all it is, the only ones who get to cover it are those in the mainstream media? You know, that's an indicator. That how come we don't really see them in person? That could be another indicator. Suppose all we see are drones, alien drones. That's another indicator. How come we can't see the actual aliens? All we get are visited by alien drones. So, you know, think like AI and things like that. So keep that out there. There's always potential. When we don't know, right? But I mean, there's still a lot of things I would say that if I were to take on the full aspect of the entire conspiracy theory of the New World Order, and Albert Pike's World War III build up and it actually happening. I mean, there's still and if you believe in the psyops and the false flags, you know, why are they still doing it? What's their purpose of the false flags? What's the purpose of the false flags? What's the purpose of the psyops? Is to get something to happen. If it's to take away all the guns in the United States. If that's the case, why would they push the alien invasion when we still got guns? I mean, why would they keep doing these false flags? Why would they keep doing these psyops? They're not ready yet. Why would they go ahead and do what their last resort plan is if they're not ready? It's just dumb. Think of it strategically, at least, if you're going to think of it in any other way. I'm not saying it's going to happen, or I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I just don't know yet. But at least if I see some indicators and it does happen, I'm going to be like, holy crap, is this real? Or is this like what Bill Cooper said? And so just got to keep that in mind. I mean, all these predictions that happened in the past, we always keep seeing as coincidences. And then when enough coincidences happen, we kind of piece them together. It's like something doesn't seem right. Why do we keep having these coincidences all the time? And so you got to suspect that there's something else going on, even though if there's no evidence. Because it's just like anyone who commits a crime, anyone who's good at it, anyone who hasn't gotten caught, they're going to cover their tracks. They're going to get rid of evidence. It's that simple. And why can't you think it's going to happen on a big scale when people who are doing it are millionaires, billionaires, have power, positions of power, are in government? They're the ones who could probably get away with it most. We all agree that there's corruption in government. So why do we think that's and that the people the justice system isn't fair? That those who are rich, who are wealthy, they can get away with it. I mean, they even have lighter sentences. So you got to think about it in that aspect. I think about it in that aspect. Yeah, call me crazy conspiracy theorist, but I am a crazy conspiracy theorist that looks into it logically, that looks into it behaviorally, psychologically, strategically, whatever my perspective can be had into it. Maybe I'm not that woke yet. Maybe to be fully woke, you have to be crazy. Okay, maybe I am crazy. Huh. You know what I need? I need one of those like side cameras where I go, hold on. Or actually steps. Okay, hold on. You know, I start talking in the soft voice, making things ominous. You know what? I think they're here. You know, okay, I'm not a showman. I mean, I can make it like a show. I mean, I may do some comedy or something like that, but that defeats the whole purpose. I'd rather look into it, do some research, look into it more, tie things in together, and see if we could actually come up with so many little coincidences to make something like, look, why are there so many coincidences to this? Anyways, yeah, I am talking about Schultz. I need to stop talking, get to work. All right, I'll see you guys later. I might have some stuff on later tonight.